Hey, what's up? Welcome back, guys. This is my second video for the day. A lot of controversy going on over this last weekend and today with a bunch of things, all Nintendo related. And it's not even like it's all bad news, so I know controversy is kind of a sticky, icky kind of word to use to describe this, but there's definitely some people are certainly splitting sides on all of these issues. What I'm talking about right now is a bunch of release dates were revealed today, and they're all good release dates, exciting release dates for awesome games that we are all excited to play this year before the end of 2015. And that's good news, you know, that's always the kind of thing that we want. There's a very specific controversy around one of them. Now, most exciting to me is we got the StarFox release date confirmation. That is November 20th. So good to know that game did stick to 2015, and it is their big November holiday tentpole release. So like a lot of us kind of assumed it would have to be because it's their big first-party game for this year. So really good to know that that game is still on track. Cannot wait. Thank God for Star Fox. Another really big one, kind of surprising, Devil's Third. We got the release date for that in North America as well. It's December 11th. So that game actually is releasing after Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is December 4th or 5th. And I was assuming that was going to be the last game probably that I'd be buying for any console this year in 2015, being a December release game, Xenoblade Chronicles. But it turns out that the following week is actually when Devil's Third comes out. And super excited. Can't wait to pick that game up as well. You've heard me say that before. Yes, some of the controversy about how that game may or may not be turning out, but I don't care. I think it looks great. It's super fun. I can't wait to pick that up. So I will be getting Devil's Third on December 11th myself. And now the big one and the purpose of this video. Fatal Frame 5 got a release date. Awesome. I'm super excited. A lot of us should be very excited. We finally got the confirmation of that game. Yes, 2015. It's coming out soon, October 22nd. So that is great, great news. Cannot wait. Now, what happened surrounding this game's reveal of its release date is not awesome. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. What's not awesome is what some of us had a little bit of a fear about is that it was confirmed so far to be digital only. This is a downloadable game, Fatal Frame 5. It has a full retail price, which is going to get a little bit sticky in a minute. The full retail price is $49.99, so it's $10 cheaper than a standard game, which is a nice surprise. I was expecting to pay $60 for this game, and it's only $50, so that's pretty cool. Now, here's the other weird thing is... And this seems so contradictory to me, and I don't really know what to make of this yet. I'm assuming we'll get more details in the next couple days, maybe even later today. That the game is releasing October 22nd. It's $49.99, quote unquote, but it's also free to start, which we've heard Iwata say before he passed, that free to start is a model that he likes much better than the whole free to play thing, or maybe that free-to-play games, I think this was how he worded it, that free-to-play games should really just call themselves free to start, and that the distinction between those two phrases is pretty important, and that made sense to me. So that's what they're referring to Fatal Frame as, is it's free to start in North America. Bear in mind, it's already released in Japan. I think it released last Halloween, last year in Japan, in retail form for full retail price. And now we've been waiting for the North American release date, and it's this year, it's $10 cheaper, and it's digital. So there's some differences happening there. The free-to-start thing is what's really weird and confusing to me, because it's like, okay, the game is $50 to purchase, right? But it's also free to start, and I guess you can do the first couple of chapters, which they're treating as the prologue, for free. And then it looks like it's players will be able to check out the prologue, Chapter 1, and most of Chapter 2 for free. That's what I'm reading from IGN right in front of me here. So... you get to start the game for free. You get to play 2 chapters almost entirely for free. And then you start paying for, I guess, like, they're almost treating it like it's DLC, or like the rest of the chapters or the rest of the game is what you start paying for. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to pay for each chapter a couple of bucks at a time as you do it, or maybe the $50 retail price that they mention is allowing you to purchase the whole rest of the game. And I don't know if you have to download for free the first 2 chapters before you can pay that price, or maybe you can just pay the full $50 and just get the whole thing in one shot. Now that's what I'm hoping for, because obviously, as you can tell, I'll get into how I feel about this. I don't love this. I think this is stupid. It's like, if you're going to release the game, whether it's physical or digital, just release the whole damn thing. You know, the whole episodic thing, which is I think how they're trying to treat this, is just a big waste of everybody's time. With something like this, we know that it's a game people are just going to want to own. They just want to like buy it and they just want to have it, and we just want to play through the whole game. You don't need to separate it out for us and have us buy little chunks of the game at one time. You know, at least since you're releasing it all at one time. You know, this isn't like with Resident Evil Revelations 2 where initially you just released, you know, one episode a week or something, and like with The Walking Dead where it's like one episode every couple of months and things like that. It's like just you're releasing it all at one time, so just make it one purchase, you know? But I get that they want to give people the ability to try the first 2 chapters for free. And that's why I think they're doing this. Here's what I want to say about this is I think that Nintendo maybe doesn't have the most confidence that this game is going to be a big hit here. I think in Japan, they knew for sure it was going to be a big hit like it has been. I think in the West, they're just not sure if if we want this game as much as we've told them we want it. So I think that instead of obligating themselves to making all these $60 physical copies and shipping them out to stores, they're trying to find a balance and a compromise that both saves them money but also doesn't become a risk for gamers. So it's like, here, you know what, we're going to make it available, but we're going to just put it on the eShop only, and we feel like a lot of people maybe aren't going to enjoy this game as much as they think they will, so instead of obligating them to just drop the $50 right out of the gate, they need to dip their toes into this game and see if they really want it. So here's the first 2 chapters for free, and only then, if you have learned that you like it, you get to buy the whole thing after that. And to be fair, that's actually pretty smart. Even though I disagree with it, and it's mostly because I already know I'm going to love this game, and I know that I just want the full game. You know, maybe they really have a fear that people won't want this game, and so instead of potentially ripping people off and making people angry, like, oh, I thought this game was going to be great, so I bought it for $50 and I actually hate it, and it's digital only, so I can't return it kind of thing, they're finding a pretty good balance with this model, where it's like, just try it, and only if you like it do you want to buy the full game. That's pretty cool. Now, obviously, let's get into the thick of things. I'm mad about the fact that it's not a retail copy. And, you know, I've said this before. I only want to buy stuff physical. This is a game I want in my collection. This is going to be a great game, a good horror game, and a very rare kind of game, I think, down the road. So it'd be nice to have a physical copy of this here in North America. But, you know, the reason I'm not ragefully angry like a lot of people are right now, because I didn't get to bring this up, man. People are super pissed about this. And God, all my thoughts, I'm just realizing they're contradictory as hell. Everything I can say about this game is gonna, I'm gonna be hypocritical when I bring up a following point, but that's the way of it. People are angry about it, and I'm sort of glad that they're angry about it because it shows that people want to fight for physical media. And that's a good thing, because you know me, I'm fighting to my dying breath for physical media. I will fight the digital revolution until it is no longer an option. I don't care if that's 15 years down the road, whatever. I'm going to fight it, and I'm going to keep buying my games physical until I absolutely no longer can. And it's good to see people feeling the same way, and people are saying, oh, release this physical, this is stupid, we don't, you know, all these hashtag Twitter movements and stuff, and people have asked me to join in on it already today. You know, we need to fight this and let Nintendo know we want it released physical, and you're like, I'm with you. Like, I am 100% with you guys. I agree. That being said, what I've said all the way from the gate, when this game was first announced and we didn't know if it was coming to North America, what myself and a couple other people were saying, Alpha Omega Sin, huge YouTuber, you guys all know who he is, he said the same thing. You know, back then, what him and myself and a lot of other people were saying was like, Nintendo, just announce this game for North America. I don't care if you just make it downloadable only. At that point, we were so afraid the game wouldn't even come to North America. We were saying, and I said this back then too, I don't care how you release it, Nintendo, just bring it to the States. If you're worried that this game won't sell, just make it downloadable, and then it's not a big risk for you. And I said that then, and I have to be true to my words and say that, hey, if they're only going to release it digital, as much as it would normally piss me off to no end, I have to be happy about it. So I want to be joining you guys with these hashtag movements and these Twitter movements, and let's get mad and tell Nintendo how we feel. Blah, physical copy of Fatal Frame 5. I can't get behind it this time. I can't do this, like with other movements that have happened recently, because a year ago I said, if you release this digital only, that's fine, because I'll still play it, and at least you brought it to the States and gave me an option to play it. And at the end of the day, the most important thing isn't if it's physical or if it's digital, it's if we can play the game. It's if I can buy and play this game. And you know what? I can. And I have to be more happy about that than I have to be angry about the fact that this is digital only and it's this weird free to start thing. I absolutely think it's stupid. I hate that it's free to start. I hate that it's digital only. I do. You know me, guys. I hate that it is. but I'm just too happy to have the game to play. And you know what? The version of me a year ago said if it was digital only, I wouldn't care because I'd still get to play it. So I have to deliver on what past Rob said, and present Rob says, you know what? At least I get to play this game in 2 months, and God damn it, that makes me excited. So, you know, and I just don't think that, you know, this is probably going to blow up over the next couple of weeks, you know, this whole thing with Fatal Frame. At least it feels like that right now, only a couple of hours into it, only a day into it. It's going to be like Operation Platinum. It's going to be like the Splatoon chat controversy. You know, it's going to be one of those things where people are saying, let's get the message out, even back to the Operation Rainfall stuff. And, you know, I agreed with all those moves. Operation Rainfall I supported, and I bought all 3 of those games physical. I still have those games in physical copies right now. Obviously, I supported Operation Platinum, and I can't remember what the We Speak one was. I can't remember what the name of that was. We Have a Voice is what it was. I think started by Red Knight, one of my good friends on YouTube, Red Knight, which I'm sure you guys know from Active Gamer Life. And I didn't really like support that when it happened. I believed in it, but I didn't get too involved in it because I didn't really care about the voice chat thing for Splatoon. But it was a big movement, and people super care. Oh my God, the way people got divided. I've learned recently that people who I know and share the YouTube community with have kind of like fought with each other and aren't really like associating with each other. And I think that a lot of that even was born from the Splatoon controversy. I don't know that, but I think that that's where some of it came from. And that's sad to me because it's just a dumb feature on a game that we all ended up loving because it's a great game, so who cares? And like, so when I think about the Fatal Frame 5 thing and it's turning into another kind of, you know, hashtag movement and we need to do this and that, and it's like, it's another thing where I agree that it, you know, I want to agree with the movement, but my excitement over just being able to play the game is keeping me away from really getting involved with that, I should say. I support it, but I'm like not really going to get involved with it. And also, I just don't think that we need another damned controversy over a game. You know, I just don't want to get involved with another controversy. It sucks to see these controversies. I'm sick of people, you know, fighting and getting mad and yelling about this and that, and, you know, people picking sides and getting mad at each other, and then everyone yelling at Nintendo or another company. It's like, you know, even though like there's definitely a message to be said there, and this is, you know me, I'm physical copy guy number 1. I'm the poster child for physical copies. This, I think, is a unique scenario because this is a game that, for all we knew, they weren't going to release in the West, and it was really even made and tailor-made for a Japanese audience. So we're just so lucky that they've decided to bring it here, that Nintendo's trying to find a way that's going to be smart, balance out how much it costs them to do it versus how well they think the game might sell here, how much they think an American audience may or may not enjoy this game. Like I said, I think that they're kind of being smart and making sure not to obligate people to $50 right out of the gate because they maybe really doubt that the American audience is going to like this game, which seems weird because, by the way, Nintendo, Fatal Frames 1 and 2 back on the 6th gen in like the early 2000s, those games released here. People loved those games. Those games were big hits at that time. I mean, a lot of people say Fatal Frame 2 is the scariest game ever made. And I never played those games, but I certainly believe that they're great games, and the American audience has enjoyed them in the past. So obviously with this game, maybe you should have more faith in it than you do, but to me, this just screams of Nintendo not having faith in our ability to enjoy Fatal Frame 5. So they're finding a weird balance here, and I'm just going to let it be what it is. So, you know, like I said, I don't want to get involved with getting mad about Fatal Frame 5 because I don't want to just impede my excitement for this game because the game matters more than the controversy. And to me, the game matters more than the message to Nintendo at this point. Yes, at some point, you know, a lot of people say, oh, what about the principle? You know, you should fight for the principles, and it's important to make your voice be heard and get the message out to Nintendo or whatever gaming company at any given time. And you're totally correct, man. I agree with you, and I've been there. I've hashtagged and tweeted about things in the past that make a lot of sense. And even though this is the thing that you would think it would be the first thing I'd want to jump on the movement, on the bandwagon with this one because it's about physical media versus digital, like I said, Fatal Frame 5 is a unique scenario, so I just don't want to get involved. I'm sick of controversy, man. I'm sick of not being excited about games. You know, we get to play this game. That's the only thing I care about. We get to play it. You get to play it if you want it. I get to play this game. I'm just going to focus on that. I'm not going to focus on the shittier elements of it, man. I don't want to yell at Nintendo. I don't want to be mad at Nintendo. I don't want to get other people together and all start, you know, getting frothy at the mouth and about how angry we are at Nintendo about this thing. Like, it's just not for me right now. To me, my excitement for Fatal Frame 5 supersedes my anger for it, like I said in the very beginning of this video. So the last thought I will leave is, make no mistake, anyone out there who's angry at Nintendo and wants to get involved and maybe say, oh, this is bullshit that it's only digital and it's free to start. You have at it. I mean, you've heard me say that. I know it's all hypocritical sounding, but I agree with you. Even though I don't want to get involved, I agree with you. And I absolutely support you and anyone's right to feel how you want, to share your feelings, to talk to Nintendo on Twitter, and to get together with everybody else. And everyone needs to just get mad about it and, share, bond over their frustrations over what's happening. I support that 100%. You do you, boo. That's what I say. You all do you. I'm going to do me. And me says, it sucks that it's not physical, but I don't care because I'm just excited to play the game. Why are we gamers? Why do we do this? Why do we get so heated and passionate about these things? Because we like to play the games. And that's all I want to do with Fatal Frame 5, is I want to play it. I don't want to get mad about it. I just want to play it. So that's kind of how I feel about that. This video is kind of all over the place because it's exciting news to get dates for Fatal Frame 5 and a confirmation of the West. It's super exciting to get the release dates for StarFox and for Devil's Third. So those are all great things. And I am pumped to play Fatal Frame 5. That's the last thing I want to leave you guys with. I am just excited that we get to play Fatal Frame 5, and I hope that you're excited too. The controversy sucks. I hate that it's free to start and digital only. And, anyone out there who's mad about it, you absolutely have a right. I support your right to be angry about this and treat it how you want to treat it. But me, I'm just going to be excited. I don't want to hashtag this. I don't want to tweet that. I don't want to be mad at Nintendo for this or that. I have to just more appreciate the fact that they were smart and they decided to say, hey, we're releasing this game in the States. Have at it. Maybe they do a physical version down the road. And I hope they do, but I would actually be mad if they don't announce that till after this game comes out. I'd rather know beforehand so I can do with Fatal Frame what I did with Resident Evil Revelations 2, where we knew that Revelations 2 was going to get the full complete game released physical a month after the episode's released, and that's what I did. I waited for that before I bought it, and I bought it physical. I'll do the same thing for Fatal Frame 5. If they confirm that, hey, a couple months after it's released, a physical version will come out, maybe like Q1 next year, then fuck it. I'll wait. I won't buy this digital one, and I will wait for that. My fear would be that Nintendo would announce that after it releases digital, and, I don't even want to get into that. Who knows how that's going to play out, but I don't know. Like I said, it's all over the place. There's good news here. There's bad news here. I'm angry about it, but I'm not going to get angry about it. That's just how I'm going to treat this because I just want to play this game, and I love horror games, and I think Fatal Frame is going to be amazing, and the gamepad is going to be utilized awesomely for that game, and I just want to see how it all plays out. So that's it, man. That's what's going on with Fatal Frame and these release dates and the digital stuff. And so, it's been a controversial day. What do you guys think about this? Are you mad about Fatal Frame 5? Are you not? Are you just excited to play the game? Or do you really want to make sure that Nintendo hears the message and maybe we can get a physical copy released at some point of this? Share what you guys think. This is a big one. It seems like, according to Twitter today, and how people have messaged me and the other things I've seen online, this is gearing up to be another Splatoon-type controversy, so we'll see how it all plays out, man. It'll be very interesting to see what happens from all this. But most important, October 22nd, we get to play the game. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are awesome, and this is Rob of Rule of 2 Review. I'll catch you guys next time on another, hopefully happier video.